hooked on a feeling doesn't even describe this movie. Let me calm down for 5 seconds to tell you guys this is going to be my spoiler review of Guardians of the Galaxy. So if you haven't seen it, stop right here. But you know what? The movie's amazing. Go see it. That's my spoiler-free part of it. Starting from this point on is going to be spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, see it first and then come back to me. But if you have seen it along with me, let's sit back and enjoy, because I've got two awesome Batman and Spider-Man guys who are looking forward to hearing me talk about this movie. So let's just jump right into Guardians of the Galaxy. As you all know, I was really hyped and excited for this movie because, one, I'm so proud that Marvel took the step and decided to give them their own franchise and introduce them as their own, because I've read their comics, I'm rereading them, and I love them. I absolutely love them. They're like my favorite Space Avengers types of characters. Their characters are always unique and really awesome, and I really love that about them. And when the movie came out, I was so excited. That's the only reason why I wanted the summer to rush up, because now that it's August, I'm done. So I'm like, okay, summertime can slow down again, because I need my summer for a little bit. But let's talk about the movie. Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Batista, Vin Diesel as Groot, Bradley Cooper as Rocket. One funny thing actually about the movie is that they never actually call him Rocket Raccoon. They just call him Rocket, and they kind of explain why. One thing that I love about this movie is that it feels like back when Marvel first made movies, and, you know, everything's like, oh, it's so cute, it's a little baby movie, it's, you know, it explains itself, and, you know, things aren't understood, and we have everything to understand why. Rocket Raccoon doesn't know that he's a raccoon. He was made and created, you know, all that good stuff, so when him and Star-Lord were arguing, he was like, what's a raccoon? He's like, you're a raccoon, you idiot, that's literally what you are. And Rocket's like, what the hell is that? So it's like, this movie has the comedy, the action, the story, just everything comes together in a perfect Marvel blue sky blend of awesome comic book blue sky meth that you just love because it's so addictive and it's just amazing. Everybody does great in their roles. And I mean, like, Chris Pratt is, I mean, from, if you haven't read Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe a little foreign to you. And it's a little foreign to me too, because I've read the comics, but since this is their first time on the big screen, how you read them and how they're on screen can kind of seem a little different, but you grow used to it, trust me. I mean, they pretty much act like how I envisioned it, but now when I read the comics, I'm going to have them translate on the screen and from the screen to the comic, and that's how it's going to be. I mean, I love this movie. I loved everything. I loved how Yondu was introduced. I kind of had a feeling he wasn't in the movie anymore because they never mentioned him again. It's like, yeah, Merle's going to be Yondu, and I'm like, holy crap, that's awesome. And then it's like, we haven't heard anything, and I'm like, why is that? What the hell happened? So Yondu shows up because he's kind of like the father figure to Star-Lord, because they took him when he was little after his mom had passed, and, you know, he's like a father figure. He's Star-Lord, goes off stealing stuff. Star-Lord's trying to get more known, trying to sell this orb, finds out it's actually an Infinity Stone, so that creates problems, and that's where Gamora comes in, because Gamora tried to steal it from him for Ronan. Rocket and Groot find out that there's a bounty on Star-Lord's head, so they try to get him, and that's how the four of them are introduced, because they're all arrested. So they go to the high-tech jail. Drax is already there for, you know, all the good reasons. And this movie's comedy is so funny because it's like Rocket was talking about a plan to get a guy's leg. And since you've seen the movie up until this point, since I warned you before, wasn't that part funny as hell? He's like, I got the leg. Oh, I didn't need that. I didn't need these two things. Then why'd you get the leg? Because that would have been funny. And isn't it funny? Like, Bradley Cooper embodies and gives the voice to Rocket, the attitude to back up that voice that I've always known that he had. And I'm like, this is simply amazing. Like, I love it. I love, well, Vin Diesel only had to say a couple words as Groot, so it's like, but just the way he acted, like, it was like, aw, it's like, there you go. Everybody was perfect. Nebula was great. Her and Zoe Saldana's big fight scene was amazing. Zoe Saldana's got the moves. We already know she does. And I just loved this movie. I legit really did. This was just I'm so glad, and plus they'll confirm it now because they already did. It already confirmed to get a sequel before the movie came out. So this is going to be a franchise now, and I'm also glad about that because this opens up their Marvel space door to everything. Hell, we can get a Nova Corps movie if they play their cards right, and I'll be making both of those on how they can work soon enough as it is. But, I mean, like I said, I loved it. I loved how this is the first one. It took me back to the days when you first see a movie, like when you saw Thor 1, or when you saw Captain America 1, and you were just like, wow, I've loved it, and this is going to be the start of something great. Now, I'm just hoping that since James Gunn is hooked onto the sequel, I'm just hoping that he's learned and has visualized and seen everything that's happened with Marvel as a whole, and just to make the sequel, just keep it how it was, you know, and just basically up yourself a little bit. And watch out for the third one, because so far Marvel has not had a good third movie yet. Iron Man 3... I'm just counting that one for them. I mean, hell, we've got X-Men 3, Spider-Man 3. So it's like... Hell, even the third... Well, that's DC, but even the third Batman movie. So... Comic book movies are kind of cursed after they go after 3. Unless you're Iron Man, apparently, and the second one was bad. But I'd rather watch Iron Man 2 versus Iron Man 3. But I digress from that. But I loved it. I loved how, you know, Star-Lord had his humor. And he just had everything that I've always envisioned, because he's the Earth kid, so he's still stuck on our like mentality, and he has like all of our classic music. So basically this movie, when Star-Lord shows up, is basically all of like our classic music that we know and love. And what's better than that? Like, honestly. And even towards the end, where he's like distracting Ronan while Rocket gets the gun and he shoots him with it. And me and my friend's favorite part was when he was trying to mat game to Gamora, and she was like, "I will not fall for your pelvic sorcery." And we were like, that's a new thing. Hashtag pelvic sorcery, because I cannot get enough of that. And I just love the movie. If you haven't read them, it doesn't matter. Go see it and then read them. Or if you have read it, you will catch some certain things in the stuff. But I loved it. Please go see it. And just to add all other stuff, let's talk about the post-credit scene, which was the Collector being licked by none other than Cosmo. Me and my friend were the only ones who recognized him. Me and my friend were the one that recognized him. And who to be talking about why you let him lick your face than Howard the Duck? Seriously, I lost my shit. I am not gonna lie. I was like, who's that talking to him? What is this going on here? You see Howard the Duck having a drink, and I'm like, damn it. Like, does this mean... What does this mean? Does this mean he's gonna be in something? Does this mean we're gonna get another Howard the Duck movie? Or just something hilarious like that? That's what I love about these funny post-credit scenes, is that they're just meant to be funny. And that's gonna be another vlog later down the line, but I just loved it. I loved the entire movie. It had a great mix of action, story, comedy, all the things you would expect from a great Marvel movie. Congratulations to James Gunn for doing this movie. I loved it. I love all the people that were involved in it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Give me a big thumbs up for Guardians of the Galaxy. Comment down below what you thought of it. If you liked it, if you liked the post-credit scene and all that good stuff, and what you're possibly expecting from a sequel. I will catch you guys next time with maybe Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If I don't review it, that means I didn't, and I'll yell at it later on. But don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe to all your awesome friends, and always remember that through good times and bad times, always remember to geek out and enjoy your lives. And I'm going to catch you guys next time for more great weekly content.